Hey, how y'all doing? I'm back with another video showing my latest pocket knife I've just finished. It's my first attempt at a Tony Bose pattern two-bladed saddle horn pocket knife. Overall, I'm quite pleased with how it turned out. I do have, one main issue with how it turned out, so I'm not going to be selling this pocket knife. Which I will explain that in a minute. I use natural canvas micarta on the handle scales. Use brass liners, brass pins, and did a bird's eye pivot with the brass bushing and nickel silver hinge pin. The close length, excuse me, is 3 5/8 inches long. The open length is 6 7/16 inches long. The blade and back spring material is CPM 154. And I did a 400 grit hand sanded finish. This wedges turned out nice. Really happy with the finish I was able to get on this one. Did a long swedge on this one as well. And I'm really pleased with how my nail nicks turned out. These nice and crisp. I do believe one of the best nail nicks on both blades as far as that goes that I've done so far. My new maker's mark, and I figured out how to darken it so it stands out. If I remember correctly, when you're etching to etch deep, it's on DC setting, and if you turn that off, which I think that would make it AC, but at least on mine, if I turn that off, then it will darken it. So I'm really pleased with how that turned out. Now on to what I'm not happy with and the reason why I'm not going to be selling this pocket knife is how the pull feels, specifically on the trapper blade. On the spay blade, excuse me, I'm really pleased. It's a smooth, easy feeling medium pull. I am super pleased with how it feels. Whereas on the trapper blade, it is right at a heavy feeling pull in my book. You gotta make sure you got your thumb solid in the nail nick, in a good grip. And the reason why I didn't lessen the tension on the back spring is when I set everything up, I had the blades super glued together and the back springs super glued together. So I was able to get everything to fit up exactly the same side to side. The tang dimensions are exactly the same. And the spine length is exactly the same. And as you can see, tang lengths, I mean, it's all exactly the same. So I was worried that taking material off this back spring to lessen the pull would mess with how everything is perfectly the same fit up, side to side. Again, like I said, I'm pretty pleased with that. So I left it alone, and I knew the pull on this was going to be a bit heavy. That's why I just did plain canvas micarta handle. I didn't try to do anything fancy. So the next time I make one of these, well, the pattern has the clip portion of the blade a bit shorter. I made it longer. The pattern, the clip would start approximately right in here. So that would move the nail nick forward pretty close to, maybe not a 1/4 inch, but really close to it, which would put the nail nick dead center in the length of the blade. Or I could just place the nail nick underneath the swedge instead of back here at the spine, which would bring the nail nick past the center line of the blade, which would give a lot more leverage and opening. And the design of the handle, there's room to have the nail nick right there underneath the swedge. So that's just something I'd be debating on which I'd rather do the next time I make one of these. Still smooth feeling action. The action as far as the snap is the same on both blades. It is just placement of nail nick that has messed with the feel pull, or the feel of the pull. So if it was similar, I wouldn't think too much about it, but it is obvious this is a lot heavier feeling than the spade blade. So that's why I'm not going to sell it. And I don't mind a bit, to be honest with you, because I really like this pattern, so I'm going to be quite pleased to carry it myself. But anyways, this has been a look at my Tony Bose pattern 2-blade saddle horn pocket knife. If you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a like. If you want to follow along on my knife maker's journey, consider subscribing. I hope y'all's having a good day, and I will talk to you later.